Today's review is a brand new beer from Beak Brewing. This is called Umple. It's a 6.5% IPA, but what's it going to be like? Keep watching to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we are drinking a beer from Beak Brewery. I almost think these could end up in my top three because I had some great Beak beers this year, and this one perked my interest because it's got the hop anchovy in it. Now, Beak did a single hopped anchovy beer, and I was thinking, oh, it's a great hop. I really like the flavours that you're getting from this. I expect loads of breweries going to start doing loads of stuff, and since then I've seen nothing. So the next beer that I've had with anchovy is also from Beak, but this is not a single hop. This one's got Citra and Cascade as well in it. 6.5%. Let me just get my camera a bit straighter. There we go. So let's crack it open, get it in the glass, and see if it's any good. I'm going to try and make this review quite short, basically because I've got pizza in the oven and I don't want to burn it. And yeah, I mean, sometimes I think that my videos are starting to get a little bit long. I'm sort of going on a bit, so ultimately I'm sure I can. I mean, just by looking at it, I know this is going to be a great beer. Look at that. Beautiful custard coloured beer. Two fingers. I'd say that's... Ooh, I look down and I think, oh, it's quite compacted. And I look around the edge and it's quite loose bubble. So pretty much standard fare. But colour-wise, that is really thick. Very custardy. Let's check out the aroma. It's a weird one, this, because I'd almost say the aroma's very New Zealand-esque. So you get a little bit of that savoury note. And I'm getting gooseberry. Whether I just think that everything smells like gooseberry, but gooseberry, melon, citrus fruits. It smells good. It smells inviting. Let's see if it tastes any good. Cheers, everyone. Lovely and soft, but there's this creamy element about it. Whether that's the mouthfeel, but I think I'm getting a sweetness in there. There's a little bit. This anchovy is a bit different. It's almost like a better version of mosaic because you get tropicalness to your mango and stuff like that, and you're getting a little more sweetness, and you're getting almost like a raspberry, something berry-like, but a sweet, something sweet like raspberry or strawberry, something like that. And then there's this creaminess, so it's almost like strawberries and cream. Where I always think mosaic's more sort of blueberry and more bubblegum sort of flavour, where this is a little sweeter on the fruit. You could almost say cherry, raspberry, that sort of stuff. So you get all of that creamy, mango, tropical, raspberry, cherry sweetness. And then it sort of goes a little bit earthy on the back end. I don't think that may be the Cascade, I'm not sure. But it's definitely a little bit more earthiness. And then what you're left with is a sort of slightly piney, slightly grapefruit back end. So there's a nice level of complexity there. You get a real sort of front, middle and end, really. And I love beers like that. I love beers that take you on a little journey. You know, there's a story behind it, a story in flavour. But this is another great beer. You know, as soon as you touch it to your lips, you think, yeah, that mouthfeel is really good. But there's that. The only thing for me is that it's not quite as great is that earthiness that's coming in. Yes, it gives the beer a bit more balance and a bit more structure and complexity, but it's whether you like that flavour or not. It's almost like, I mean, I don't know, I'm thinking it's Cascade, but there's almost like this more melon. And I think that's the slightly savoury aroma they got, sort of that it's an earthiness in there. And then that sort of develops into a pininess. And then when you think, oh, is it too piney? You're just sort of left with this real sort of grapefruit rind flavour. But there's so much going on, up and down, lots of flavour, smooth, beautifully brewed beer. But Beak are masters at these sort of beers, and they are up there with the top breweries. I'd almost go and say that I think they will be in my top 3. I mean, I think that's good, so good, because I've had so many good beers from them. And I don't think I've had a bad beer from them. So this is another great beer. So let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for this great beer from Beak. This is Umple, 6.5% IPA. We've got Citra, we've got Cascade, and we've got Anchovy. I think this hop needs to be in more beers because we don't see enough. Whether Beak have got some sort of special deal with the farm and so no one else has got it. I was chatting to the I'm dropping names here, but I was chatting the other day, and maybe there will be something on the channel soon. But I'll be dropping. I had a beer with the head of sales, Aaron at Polly's, and it's not that I always chat with all these brewers and hobnob with the big boys, as it were. But it was an insight on many levels. But the one thing I said to him was about hops and stuff like that, and I mentioned Anchovy, and he'd never heard of it. So I mean, if Polly's haven't heard of it, then maybe it is a very niche hop that only Beak have. Because as I say, I don't see any of the big hitters, your Tracks, Cloudwater, Verdant, none of those have done anything with it. Only Beak at the moment. But the secret's out there. It needs to be getting out there. I mean, it's one of those hops, you call it Anchovy, and you think straight away you're like a bit, ooh, is that going to be? No, it's not going to be. No, it's not fishy. So, but the name doesn't conjure up the flavour that is a really good flavour. So anyway, I'm going off for one. I want to make this quick. So let's go through the score. Starting with aroma. Appearance. Flavour. Value for money. This one, I've got the price on it, £5.30. And finally, my overall experience. Well, this is a great beer, and it's another highly recommended beer from Beak. Total score. Yeah, highly recommended. The Iron Maiden of craft beer. You've got to drink it. Let me know if you've had any anchovy beer, then beer with anchovy hops in it. Not with anchovies in it, but with beer anchovy hops in it. Let me know. Is there any other breweries that have got it? And it'd be really great to find them and seek them out. But have you maybe not had anchovy hop before? Let me know in the comments. But I think it's distinct, and it's got some real good flavour to it, and it's not too much like other things. I mean, we are getting these slight blends of different types of hops. I think anchovy is slightly a better version of Mosaic, just like that experimental 1109 is a bit like a nicer version of Sabro. But let me know if any new hops recently. And until the next one, you know what you do. Drink good craft beer. Keep on rocking.